Our homework tonight reviews a lot of our multiplication facts to help us see the relationship between multiplication and division. So as we go through the first problems, we are just filling in the multiplication facts, or the factors. Number 2 has us fill it in kind of on a ratio table. So I'm going to be multiplying 10 by all of our numbers. And we know when we multiply by 10, we do 1 times the number and then add on that 0. Row B, we're multiplying 5 by each of them. And row C, we're multiplying 9 by each of them. It's a good review of our multiplication facts. Okay. Number 3 says use what we know about multiplying by 10 to help us. So what it's saying is we're going to split it up. This one is just a 10. So we're going to do 12 times 1 is 12 and then add that 0. This one we're going to break it up into a 10 and a 2 fact. So 10 times 5 is 50 and 2 times 5 is 10. So my answer is 60. For the next one we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to break it up into 10 times 9 is 90. 2 times 9 is 18. And then if I add them up I get 108. The next one is just a 10 fact, so 180. The next one, I can see that 5 is half of 10, so if I take half of 180, I can figure that one in, and that's the same problem. Okay, on to the back to our story problems. Mrs. Larson was making gift bags for the 6 students in her reading group. She was putting little erasers in the bags. She had a bag of 20 erasers. How many erasers did each student get? So the problem that we are solving is 20 divided by 6. And 20 doesn't go evenly into, or 6 doesn't go evenly into 20, so we are going to have a remainder. But I know that 6 times 3 is 18, and that's as close as I can get to 20 without going over. And then I'm going to have 2 left over. So that means in each bag I'm putting 3 erasers, and I have 2 erasers that don't go in the bag. But I'm not going to split up erasers into that many little pieces, so I'm just going to keep those aside, which means that each student will get 3 erasers. So I'm going to ignore the remainder for this problem. For 5, the teacher wanted his class to work in groups of 4. After he divided them into groups, there were 6 groups of 4 and 1 group of 3. How many were in the class? So to find out that problem, I'm going to do 6 times 4. So I have 24 students that make up my groups of 4, and 1 group of 3, so now I'm going to add to that my 3 more students. So I get 27 students. And if the teacher wanted all the groups to be exactly the same size, how many students should be in each group? How many small groups would there be, and showing all my work? So I have 27 students, and my groups, my even groups would be my factors. So I can either do 1 group of 27, or I can do 3 groups of 9 or 9 groups of 3. So I would say that we could have 3 students in each group, and 9 total groups. And that makes up tonight's homework. So if we want to just check our answers, the first page, all of our facts, begin the second page with our word problems.